So, welcome everybody, and thanks for joining this webinar. My name is Piers Fawkes, and I am excited to present a top line of our latest report, Future of Retail 2023. We're always excited to present the Future of Retail because it is our flagship report, and we have been publishing that report since 2010, I think. And each year, we give our point of view about what's important in the marketplace, and also how to respond to change. And this year, we're particularly concerned about the noise and the change that's taking place. And we hope that the report this year will help you make sense of that change and also understand how to apply all these new ideas and strategies and apply it so you can build your own future of retail. So today I'm going to present findings from new research that we have published, and I hope that ultimately from this talk and from the report, it's going to help you make sense of a lot of the ideas that you've heard today and understand what to do next when it comes to retail and CX. So, and I say this because making sense is a big issue. What I've heard from the community is that as we enter this new year, we have a number of concerns. The community has a number of concerns. And they're frustrating us in terms of what to do next. We see fatigue with technology investments. We've seen how we've made big bets that haven't turned out. A mobile app is an easy one. How many retailers have actually been frustrated with the take-up of their mobile app? And secondly, there is confusion and nervousness around technologies such as metaverse, NFTs, and how quickly and how much money to invest in those technologies right now, or should we wait it out and invest later? The other big concern that's happened in the last year, definitely, is this whiplash. The pandemic was supposed to be the tipping point for e-commerce to take over and be the way we buy today, but in fact, the store's open. Shoppers have returned to the store. And in fact, a Shopify survey says that 81% of Gen Z shoppers prefer to shop in stores to discover new products. And more than 50% say in-store browsing is a way to disconnect from the digital world. And then a couple more themes that we need to think about. There's a short-term focus. How many of you executives out there are raising your hand to work on the Store of the Future project or working on that 2030 plan? Nope, you're like working to help the sales this holidays, to meet the targets. Yeah, we're all watching those layoffs. We're all making sure we've got a job to return to in the new year. And then finally, one of the other big concerns is that we have a generational shift at work. Baby boomers have taken the pandemic as a cue to retire. And we have a lot of new staff coming into the corporate exec office. There's poor onboarding. There's poor knowledge sharing. And so we have this kind of mismatch in terms of responsibilities and who should be working on what. So I talk about these things because it's hard to know where to start, especially when we're also every day we're deluged with helpful emails from our agencies, our staff, our clients, who are always suggesting new ideas we should invest time in, we should think about doing across different areas. And so what I wanted to do today is think about how we can kind of make sense of that. At PSFK, we have leading retailers, leading consumer goods companies subscribe to our service, and we publish a new strategy report every week where we're talking about new ideas in retail, new ideas in CX. And what we've learned is that we can take a 35,000 foot view of what's going on. And today that's allowed us to kind of create a framework and help us kind of understand what are the strategies and what are the kind of process that we need to take to deliver the future of retail. So today I'm going to present this new framework that we just developed, the PSFK framework for insight-driven shopper marketing and retail sales. And it's really it's supposed to help executives like yourselves make sense of the changes that are taking place and be able to funnel all of that change and all those new ideas into different aspects of the CX and retail process. So we're going to take, for the rest of the presentation, I'm going to take you through these different stages. I'm going to bring examples to exemplify those different stages. And we'll start with this input stage, okay? So the gathering of knowledge, every brilliant organization relies on sophisticated gathering of data. And I'm sure most of the executives on this call, their organizations have great systems in place. But there's new themes to kind of consider. We need to think about computer sensing and what information that brings into the organization, plus zero-party data gathering as well. And when it comes to computer sensing, what we're talking about here is how cameras, and not only cameras, other types of sensors are tracking how people are visiting the stores, responding to in-store signage and interacting with products and packaging. One of the great examples that we have here is Tesco. Tesco is rolling out a pick and collect type store. And as you know, those sort of collect and go type stores use a lot of camera work to run those stores. But what they realize as they begin to roll out the stores is they can learn a lot from the footage and the information that they gather. And they realize that there's friction points with the check-in process, the check actually coming into the store. And they were able to, as they began to kind of roll out new stores, they've been able to kind of adjust the strategy and adjust the layout of the store so that they have an increased footfall in the store. In terms of zero-party data gathering, what we're looking for is like kind of collecting consumer insights. And here we're looking at how retailers are collecting specific data about their customers through a mix of proactive and reactive methods. And there's a whole bunch of companies out there. And in our report, we have Bash, which is a fashion brand. And Bash has a number of surveys, votes, social sentiment that it uses. And it tracks all of that data every single day. And it not only uses it to understand how the customer likes its products, it actually uses it to kind of create these products. The products that you see on the screen today are as a result of the information that they get back from the user and from their sophisticated listening. Now, well, you have all that data, and I know I'm going at speed, but you have all that data. And so obviously the next stage is to analyze it, to process that information into actionable insights. And the big theme that we have here is this deep learning computing. So what's happening there is we have systems that are connecting different data sets to identify patterns in shopper behavior and retail processes. I think Colgate are kind of one of these best-in-class companies right now who are doing that. And there's a super interesting article with Diana Shieldhouse, who runs data insights at Colgate-Palmolive. And she has basically been using social media patterns and social search patterns and matching that with other sentiment information to understand how customers might react to future products and future services and future customer experiences. It's a great look up Colgate-Palmolive in Forbes to find out more. And this third stage is, so you've done the analysis, is actually planning and applying insights to create bespoke campaigns. It's time to create personalized targeting and personalized campaigns, okay? And we have algorithms that can learn and that are smart, and they can respond to how consumers are behaving, and they can basically target marketing messages so that every customer gets the right promotions, the right correspondence, the right communications at the right time. Loeffler Randall is a Brooklyn-based company, or originated company. It's a fashion company, and they they're a great company to kind of explore. They have a strategy where they want to understand the customer so much that they communicate in such a way that the shopper thinks these people get us. And really, their strategy is to like they want to connect like they know their customers, which I guess we all do, but they take that extra step. And then finally, we're going to talk about activation. I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes talking about kind of the key themes that we see retailers, consumer goods companies, the areas and the topics that they should invest in the next 12 to 18 months when it comes to customer experience. Some of these things you're thinking about, but what we're trying to do here today is help you think about what are the important topics. And to start with, we'll talk about the mobile web. So mobile has not gone away and is helping us interact with customers wherever they are and often in a location contextual manner. So on one of those ways is through chat and messaging. Guess what? WhatsApp is becoming such an important tool, especially on a global level. And companies like the Mall of Emirates, the shopping center, the mall of the Emirates, is using WhatsApp, and it allows their shoppers to do their entire shopping using WhatsApp. AR, VR, and mixed reality, guess what? It's not going to go away. In fact, it might be AR's moment. Augmented services are helping shoppers find, experience, and interact with the right products. And I think the proof point is Walmart's new AR try-on feature or try-out feature for furniture and accessibility in mind. So it's one of those services where you can put the chair in the corner and you can see how things look within your home. And I think if we could begin to see Walmart taking over this space, then we should all follow. And in-store displays. Yes, we've had a lot of store displays for many years now, and often they are ignored. But we see the use of digital displays to provide bespoke and even personalized promotions and pricing. And I think one of the big themes that's kind of come through is this idea of store as media or retail media, how we've seen retailers and brands invest in content to display through those screens. And we have the opportunity to create personal messages. And I think it's going to be interesting over the next few years to see what happens when it comes to holographic and even haptic experiences, where brands can respond to the shopper in the store in different ways rather than sound and vision. NFTs, I know we've spoken about NFTs at the conference today. Digital tokens are allowing us, and this whole technology is allowing us to create smart contracts that allow shoppers to track, trade goods they own, and get even deeper experiences. One of our favorites examples right now is ASICS. ASICS has a kind of digital shoe. So you can have the physical shoe, and as you run with it, its digital twin is tied with the Step-In fitness tracker. Step-In's on those Web3 fitness trackers, and basically you can earn tokens, points that you can use elsewhere and trade with as well as you exercise. Automation is going to be a key component of customer experience and retail in the next 12 to 18 months. We can see robotics and IoT being used to create a store that responds to the shopper and responds to their presence and reacts in a physical manner. Okay. I think if you want to see an example of this, you look at PepsiCo's Pepsi Go. It's an unattended experiment that they're trying to roll out. It offers customers a very customized experience through its vending technology, whether it's the types of drinks that you serve, in terms of the types of drinks that you can be served. And it's kind of pretty. Social platforms, of course, can't not talk about social media, but they have moved from places where we can marketing messages, and they really are retail channels in their own right. Selling, today you can sell products across these platforms. You can engage with shoppers at key moments in their daily lives. They're so important that other media owners like Hearst are kind of generating their own social channels so that they can create e-commerce during that kind of social experience. And you can't talk about social without talking about our friends, the influencers, okay? And they have moved from product promoters, brand ambassadors, and they too are using tools so that they can be retailers. And it's the big theme is how they've shifted to retail channels. It's going to be more and more interesting as we begin to see virtual ambassadors and virtual technology and AI and generative art being used as part of this experience. In Thailand, Calvin Klein has already been working with a virtual influencer to model new apparel. And soon that will lead to more e-commerce retail. So appreciate you hanging with me and appreciate you staying with me at speed. But we talk, as I said, this final element, these are the kind of themes that we see happening in the next 12 to 18 months, the most important themes happening. And this is the framework to help you think about how to channel all these ideas and what to focus on next. So I appreciate your time today. Hopefully it's giving you a top line, giving you an overview about how we see the future of retail, about our framework, and also gives you some idea about how you can apply all these ideas in your day-to-day work. If you want to learn more, we have this new report. Go to psfk.com/future-of-retail, and you'll find details about that report and how to download it. Really appreciate you coming to this session today. Thanks to the team for all the chat, and looking forward to seeing you at the next webinar. Bye.